Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The other day, a person asked me, Swamiji, how you conduct your life? I said, I am public unlimited. Somebody takes care of my roti, somebody takes care of my kapda, somebody takes care of my makan. It all happens. In the same connection, today, somebody bought food for me. It was pouring in cats and dogs. That elderly man came with his daughter. 2-3 bags, hot food in a proper tiffin. And after they came, they spread everything nicely arranged. I was just watching. And when all that was done, so eating food, how much time it takes? Hardly 3 minutes. And after the food eating was over, so while I was eating food, I was not talking. After eating food, why should I talk? So, I was telling, Swamiji, we feel like sitting with you. Although you don't talk, doesn't make it, but we like it. I said, okay, listen something. And then you go, because I am going to sleep now. So I said, look here, how much time you have spent in preparing the food to eat? At least 5-6 hours. Getting the things and preparing properly and packing it in the proper manner and then putting it in your bags. And in this heavy rains, driver has not come, so the Babuji has to drive the car. And with great difficulty you came. Near my house there is no parking place. And with all that you came and brought food, and I finished in 3 minutes and bye-bye. This is what spiritual life is. All the time of our life is only the preparation for receiving the divine. See, Ramayana we have all heard number of times. There is a character in Ramayana called as Miss Shabri. She was not married, therefore she was happy. So, you know that, isn't it? In this world there are only 2 types of people, happy and married. Why should we say unhappy? So, this Shabari was given a mantra by her Guru Maharaj. Keep on chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. And every day she is to prepare her house. Who knows? Any moment the Lord may come. I should be ready to receive Him. This alert, vigilant and ever ready lifestyle of living life on war footings is called as scientific living. Otherwise the Lord comes, Gupta ji hai kya? Har Gupta ji. And the Lord goes away. See, there was a Sethji, he had taken a rule that unless he give food to somebody, he will not eat. It so happened, one day, 2 days, nobody has come. He prayed to the Lord, "Oh Lord, send somebody. I am dying of hunger." Third day, one Pakkad Baba has. Khana do. So, Sethji thought, very good. At least today somebody has come. And the food was given. When the food was given, this is Babaji, no Brahmarpanam, no Brahmahavi, no Brahmagno, no Brahmanahutam. The moment he saw, started with the left hand pakoda, with the right hand mirchi, and Sethji got angry. Stop this. What happened? What kind of man you are? God has given you this and you don't even pray to the Lord? Without praying you are eating? He said, I am like that. I don't want your food if you want me to pray. And he walked away. Again Sethji bouquet. He couldn't take food. Again he prayed, Lord, oh Lord, you have sent somebody, but it was so terrible fellow. He did not even pray. How can I allow him to eat food? Lord said, my dear dumb, how can I pray myself? It was me who has come. See, all our life is this preparation. Preparation to what? Preparation to recognize divinity in our life. And that preparation is said in the 16th chapter of Gita. And therefore, these first 2-3 verses are the heart of 16th chapter. At least we'll go ahead little bit more now. Because the other portion, Asuri Sampatti, we don't require much explanation because we are established in that. Dambho, Darpa, Abhimana, we know all that. What is the commentary? We can give more experience in that. Therefore, all our preparation is this. That is why each and every word I am explaining you with great details. Ahimsa satyam akrodaha tyagaha shantihi apaishunam. So we have seen up to Shanti. So Shanti is the highest spiritual practice. A Shant, peaceful person alone can laugh. A peaceful person alone can understand the jokes. A disturbed person will never understand jokes. This you may not be able to see, but from here I can see what is happening. Many times, our minds are running here and there, and then some joke happens. And this fellow was not here. So he is, kya hua tha? What happened? So, Shantihi. Therefore, this is one basic spiritual practice. Excitement, reactions, anger should never be justified, should never be promoted, should never be practiced in life. We are studying in the morning class Brahmanande Advaitananda in Panchadashi. And there one basic thought is brought out. That this world is made out of the material cause of bliss. Like, the golden ornaments are made out of gold. So this world is made out of bliss. If the world is made out of bliss, there cannot be any possibility of blisters in this world. No possibility. So 3 options are given. First, like the milk gets converted into the curds, it cannot return back. This is called as Parinamavad. That is Brahmananda, the supreme bliss, out of which this world has come. So earlier it was bliss, now it has become curds. No, this is not the understanding of this world. Second, maybe like out of the thread, the cloth is prepared. So cloth has got both the things, thread as well as cloth. In the same manner, this world which is the manifestation of the divine bliss has both the things. Thodi khushia, thode gam. Ye जीवन है. Nahi. No. Don't ever justify. The third option is like there never was a snake on the rope. Vivarta karan. There cannot be and there will not be. So, again and again when you assert this understanding that this world is the manifestation, expansion of the divine bliss, how there can be any misery? Therefore, never, never, ever try to accept that you are miserable. Refuse. That is called as spiritual practice. Therefore, never get lost into that so-called as compassion. When I see the hungry people, I am reminded of my indignation. No. If you see hungry people, give food and relax. Don't become miserable. Under no condition should you ever practice this. So freedom from misery is shanti. Freedom from desire is shanti. Freedom from anger is shanti. Therefore, this is one quality which is the real freedom. So, shantihi. Once we get into this understanding, then freedom from all sampradaya is Paramatma. If Bhagwan Krishna will come and he will say, excuse me, I am S.V. Yadav. You know S.V. Yadav is Bhagwan's name, Sri Krishna Vasudev Yadav. I am S.V. Yadav. So, we will ask him, excuse me, you are a Pushti Margi or a Kashti Margi? You know, there are two paths. Gujarati path is a Pushti Marg and Marathi path is a Kashti Marg. Gujaratis go on eating 64 bhogas and these Marathis keep on walking from Alandi to Pandharpur every year for no reason. So there is one Kashti Marga, second is Pushti Marga. So we will ask Krishna Kanaiya, excuse me, you are a Pushti or a Kashti? So he will say, I am Mushti and give what? Hold on to the reality. Everything else is useless. And that is called as Shantihi. And Apaishunam. Apaishunam means refusal to see anything wrong in anyone. The more we are able to see something good in others, that much we grow spiritually. The more we are able to see something bad in us, that much we grow spiritually. See, I remember I told once, in a military temple I have read this thing. That was the temple somewhere on the Kashmir-Pakistan border. Long time back I had gone there. So, they took me to the temple. Swamiji, this is our Gurudwara, this is our temple, this is our church. So, they took me to the temple. And it is a military temple. All gods were standing in discipline. Not like, Krishna Kanaya aisa khada hai, like this thing, and gopis are dancing. No, properly stand. All gopis in one line. What can you expect? And there were so many good write-ups on the wall. And in one write-up it was written in Hindi. When you see the bad qualities in others, those bad qualities enter you. When you see the bad qualities in you, you take them out. See how beautiful it is. Therefore, Apaishunam. If we have to see something good in somebody, what we have to do? There are 4 methods. Method number 1. Shudra method. Shudra method means schedule caste method. Second is the Vaishya method, means Baniya method. The third is the Kshatriya method, that means the politician method. And fourth is the Brahmana method, Babaji method. Now first method, Shudra, schedule caste method. Anybody who is elder than you by age deserves to be respected. See how simple it is. Elderly people cannot be improved, they cannot change. Then how to live with them? Pray to the Lord. But normally what happens? We youngster deal with the elders with a view that they should change. They will never change. They have never changed. Where God has failed, you and me will be successful? No. And therefore God takes them. Next life, try karna hai. That is the Shudra method. If somebody is elder than us, he deserves respect. Therefore, let us not find out what. But why these old people are like this? You know, I have learned so many things from everyone. This is one which I learned from children. One day, one girl came, 7, 8 years. And when she came in a big group, she said, Swamiji, I want to tell you something. I said, first you come, I will feed you. So from my thali, I gave her something to eat. When I gave her, her mother came. I said, I am not going to give you, okay? Don't expect. She said, Swamiji, I have come to tell you, my daughter does not take even water from somebody else's glass. I am surprised how she has taken food from your thali from jhuta hand. I said, I don't know. I given she has taken. Why are you worried? That time that girl told. She said, Swamiji, do you know, I have been observing you very much. I said, what did you observe? You do not make sound while taking food. And this is what I like. Then she said, in my house, my Dadaji, when he takes food, it is such a disgust. He will be eating and making patak and all kinds of things. No. And my mummy says, sit with him. I cannot tolerate him. That day I realized, see how important it is that we lead every action of our life with great awareness. See? So if we start learning from everything in life, then alone we grow wise and not otherwise. So, elderly people, you cannot change. So I told her, I said, look here. I know your Dadaji is not eating properly because he is not a good person, you know. But what can you do? No, Swami, it's not like that. It's very good. He loves me a lot. I said, now you weigh. There is one bad point in him, others are good. So what will you do? So she said, I have already done, Swamiji. What is that? When he takes food, I am not there. See? So this is the way we can practice apaishunam. The second is, this is the Shudra way. Why this is scheduled caste way? Scheduled caste way is based on the body existence. Those who are leading their life at a body level, they are called as Shudra. Those who are living at body level, they always demand respect. They demand respect because although I am elder, but in this house nobody respects me. You are elder means what? What is your contribution? To become old, you have to do no sadhana. It happens. Now the second one is the Vaishya Buddhi. Vaishya Buddhi. If anybody is richer than you, he deserves respect. Don't worry how the riches has come to him. The moment you take this attitude, jealousy will disappear. Normally what happens? That when we don't have something, we are jealous. You will see the poor people are always jealous and bitter about the rich people. This is not the way of a spiritual life. Third is the Kshatriya Buddhi, the politician. We may condemn them, but they are able to touch the hearts of the people, get their votes and destroy them. Can you do that? No. So they deserve respect. And the fourth is the Babaji method. Babaji method is, if there is someone a real Babaji, do you mean there are unreal Babajis also? See, I am a strict follower of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Bhagwan Sri Krishna says in the 5th chapter, Neyassa nitya sannyasi yo nadveshtina kankshati. That means there are two types of sannyasi. One is anitya sannyasi, second is nitya sannyasi. Otherwise, why will he qualify? So who is the nitya sannyasi? Yona dveshtina kankshati. He who doesn't have any expectation, and he who doesn't hate anyone. Nowhere in Bhagavad Gita a sannyasi is defined with the tailor-made presentation. No. Therefore, if there is someone, a real Babaji, he will always respect and revere a man of wisdom. Doesn't matter what sampradaya, what category, what religion, what gender he or she belongs. In short, these are the different excuses by which we see something great in others and grow spiritually. Now all these four things can be put together by one method. Why did you tell the one first where this is first time only? And then one method is Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Practice this. Suspect divinity in everyone. How can we do? As we suspect bad things in everyone, that means we have the capacity to suspect. So we are all suspicious. So that is our investment. Now start suspecting something good in everyone. There is not a single plant which does not have some medicinal value. There is not a single word which does not have the value of the mantra shakti. There is not a single person in the world who does not have one good quality. It is not possible. Prayukta tatra durlavaha. It is we who lack to see greatness in others. Shantihi apaishunam. Now what happens? If I have decided to see divinity in everybody, what exactly happens? This is another very important point. When we see divinity in others, our mind is full of respect and reverence. And whenever our mind is full of respect and reverence, we are at peace. When we have anger, jealousy, frustration, you cannot be at peace. So it is in our interest that we respect and revere everybody. Apaishunam. Further, tejaha. Another important thing. Spiritual life does not mean shabby living and stupid thinking. No. Under the disguise of simple living and high thinking, we have this shabby living and stupid thinking. No. Tejaha. Tejaha means that quality in us, because of which everybody is extremely close to us, and yet nobody can take us for a ride. Very difficult. We have to be close to everybody in this world, but that doesn't mean we become a doormat. That doesn't mean anybody can take us for a ride. That ability to strike a perfect balance between love and acceptance, as well as protecting yourself from the world as well as from yourself. That is called as Tejaha. See, the best example I can think of is Mahatma Gandhi. When he went to a round table conference in England, that time the then Prime Minister of England, Churchill, very clearly told the gathering, when that poor beggar from India comes, there is no need for anybody to get up and honor him. He is coming from the slave country. We are the ruling country. So everybody agreed. And when Mahatma Gandhi, in his typical attire, when he entered, it was Churchill who stood first. Without his knowledge, naturally everybody has to get up. That is called as stage, where you get respect and reverence from the world, not out of demand, but out of your command. Tejaha. This is what happens, many elderly people suffer in their life because they are constantly demanding. Never demand anything. If you deserve, you will get it. So, Tejaha, then Kshama. Kshama is forgiveness. There was one person, he was telling me, Swamiji, you tell us that we should not have hatred for anybody. Even if we have got hatred even for somebody, even for a moment, we can't see God. But I am not able to do with one person. What to do? I can't tolerate him in my life. He has destroyed my whole married life. I said, look here. You don't want him to come in your house. Very good. But do you know, he has already entered your heart. You are keeping him physically out, but he is in your mind. The only way to remove anybody from your heart who has done any crime to you is the technique of forgiveness. When we forgive, what happens? We remove that person from our mind. Just don't do now, think afterwards. You hate somebody, for example, and when you remember that person whom you hate, see what happens to your whole chemistry gets disturbed. And you can do nothing. On the contrary, if you forgive, that fellow is removed from your system. So what is Kshama, forgiveness? Highlight, delete. Simplest method. Don't ever think, no, let it go to the recycle bin. Sometime we may require. No. It should get out of the system once for all. And I tell you, had it not been Kshama or the forgiveness, we would never have been born as human beings. It is millions and millions of crimes and bad things that we have done in our life. The Lord has forgiven us everything. And therefore, what we are today, that we are today. The other day, one boy came to meet me in London, studying, and he came for a day. And Swamiji, I just wanted to come and spend some time with you. Okay. So I used to have 3-4 lectures, meditation and all that, so many people around. So he was also. One day he said, Swamiji, I'll come to your room. I said, why here? This is not enough or what? He said, no. At least for 5 minutes. Okay. He came. After he came, he started crying. Swamiji, I don't know God will forgive me or not. I said, I have forgiven you. I am his agent. Don't worry that. He said, you don't know what I have done. I said, I don't want to know. He said, no, but I had to tell you. Then he told, I had done this thing, that thing. Now, I don't know what I should do. I said, look here, the only way, as we should forgive others, we have to learn to forgive ourselves. Don't torture yourself. Who has not done mistakes in life? Even God has done mistakes. Therefore, we are born as human beings. I am very clear. We are not born as human beings because of our karma or God's grace. This is the latest discovery. It is God's mistake that we are born as human beings. Now He is suffering. Why should we forgive? So, Kshama, forgive. Then, Dhrutihi. Dhrutihi is perseverance. It is extremely necessary in our life that if we want to achieve something, we have to continue. Today, I received one phone call from Hyderabad. Swamiji, how are you? I said, how are you? Lage hai aur kya? Swamiji, do you know why I phoned you? I said, I don't know. Just to disturb me? No. In the morning, when I was doing puja, some familiar sound words I heard. Then I said, let me see what is going on TV. So on Sanskar, your lectures were going on. So I stopped the puja, I heard all that. And you know what was the topic? I said, I don't know. Topic was Lage Raho. Lage Raho, keep going. Don't halt, don't stop. Don't get caught up. Unless we follow this strictly in our life, we will never be able to reach the destination. Dhruti, therefore perseverance. In the 18th chapter we will study, there is this Dhruti, perseverance is of 3 types. The worst is Tamoguni Dhruti, wherein people are perpetually miserable. It is very difficult. I am always surprised how somebody can be perpetually miserable. All the time you go as if you know everything is lost and they are remaining. That is the Tamoguni Dhruti. The second kind of Dhruti is these people who are materialist, who day and night working and enjoying, and then Sunday comes and Saturday comes and then the party, again they work. How keep they going on and on and on? And the third type of perseverance is hold on to your spiritual evolution. We are not in this world only to demonstrate the animal in us. We are in this world to allow the divinity in us to manifest in its full glory. It is for that purpose we are here. So for that, whatever is our spiritual practice, that has to be continued with perseverance. That is called as Dhrutihi. Then Shaucham. Shaucham is external cleanliness associated with inner purity. Together is called as Shaucha. Whenever I hear or read this word Shaucha, I remember Kedarnath. We were coming from the temple and going to see some nearby spot. And there was one board. The board indicating in Hindi toilets. So in Hindi toilets is written as Shauchalay. But as you know, Gujaratis cannot pronounce sh, they say sa, isn't it? There was a friend studying German. And the teacher used to tell him sh. So he would say sa. She got so disgusted, she found out his name. His name was Shah, S-H-A-H. What is your name? Sa. So sh is pronounced as sa. The same way it was written over there. Instead of Shauchalaya, it was written Sauchalaya. Those who understand Marathi. Sau means wife. Saucha means of the wife. Laya means death. So when I was going and I read that Sautsalaya, I could not hold myself. I was laughing and laughing. And there were realized people along with me. Swamiji, in such a cold early morning, what is making you laugh so much? I said, read that. And they read also, Sautsalaya, what is there to laugh? I said, no, my time has come. If you can't see the jokes, wit and humor in this world, you have become dead. Be very, very attentive. If you are 24 hours in meditation, every experience is the revelation of joy. See? The whole world is nothing but Ananda Deva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante. The world is an expression of joy. There cannot be misery in this world. But we are so much having pressure that we cannot see what is happening. BP. Narayan. Shaucham. Shaucham is these two. External cleanliness and inner purity. Inner purity is the atmosphere of reverential relationship with everybody and with everything. That is real purity. When we go before the idol of the Lord, what is our relation? Reverence. Wherever we have reverence, we are pure. And when we learn to revere and respect everyone, we are all the time pure. So, inner purity must be substantiated by outer cleanliness. See, I have a fortune of visiting many houses. And whenever I go to somebody's house, I go directly to the kitchen. And the best kitchens are the Gujarati kitchens. Clean and neat. And the quality of that lady of that house is determined by when they go to sleep, what is the condition of the kitchen. That tells whether that lady of the house has clean habits or no. All the utensils are piled up and nothing is kept clean. Kal wo aayegi kar dekha jayega and the whole thing is dirty, wrong. Before we retire, everything should be spick and span. Then only your mind will remain pure. Otherwise you will dream. Suppose tomorrow that wo bhande wali nahi aayi, what do you do? In meditation, bhande wali. Why don't you clean and sleep? So, inner purity and outer cleanliness. Shaucham. You know what happens by this? By this, one very important thing happens. When you are busy in keeping your house or surroundings clean, you have no time to get bored. You don't depend on anybody. And this freedom is called as spiritual growth. Shaucham. Then adroho. Adroha. Droha means terror or crime against others. Adroha means absence thereof. Our life should not be a terrorizing existence for anybody in this world. Wherever we go, we must have that kind of charisma, magnetism, that everybody wants us. Then only life is really lived. This example I gave you last time, this is just an example. Suppose you go home and your wife receives you with a great smile. This is just an example, I know. So you go. How happy you will feel? Now imagine. Wherever you go, you are received with all joy and happiness. What will be your life? And which wife can receive the husband with a smile? He who is not a nagging brand. See? Therefore, it is necessary that our life is not a terrorizing existence. This is what happens even with Babajis. Swamiji is coming. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Swamiji आए कोई तूफान आया है क्या? और स्वामी अखंडानंद जी used to say, आदमी आया है, तूफान थोड़ी आया है. Our presence should not create turmoil in the people around. They should create joy. Hey, he has come. Let's celebrate. That is what is called as adroha. And then natimanita. No atimanita. So here is very important thing. All these points which are told in this 16th chapter from Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhim up to Atimanita, no Atimanita. They are all the techniques of living in this world scientifically in such a manner that you live outside but you create and improve inside. See? We have to live in the world outside. In the 5th chapter, Bhagavad Sri Krishna said, Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhe. Yogis, karma yogis, they are functioning in the outer world for the purification of their heart. And what is that purification? Removal of the likes and the dislikes. But you know what happens? Those who are karma yogi, those who are very sincere, those who are leading a very self-disciplined life, those who have fulfilled all their obligations, they develop a funny character called the ego. When I came here, we had nothing. Now everything is mine. I have destroyed everybody and I am like that. Now here the teacher has told us another technique. Live your life in such a manner. Always keep in mind that when we are interacting in the outer world, our inner climate is purified. When this preparation is done, then we will be able to discover the truth. And the truth is available in everything. We are not available to the truth. Therefore, many people have this notion. The notion is that we should study first this thing, then this thing, then this thing. Aha! Whatever comes to your way, you take it. Start practicing. And slowly, as much purer you start growing, so much clearer will be your understanding. And with that purer heart and clear understanding, you grow spiritually. If our life is reflecting spiritual growth, we are leading scientific life. If our life is leading us to disgusted, frustrated, lonely, depressed existence, we have lived the most unscientific way. See, one day in Villeparle, I was called to give a lecture. Somebody's anniversary was there and he wanted to have the anniversary celebrated in a different manner. Not the liquid spirituality way, but solid spirituality way. So, when he called me, I went there and a very big gathering. All the people of the society nearby, they came, a huge arrangement because food was provided. And I said, please tell me who are these people? I don't know anybody. So, they say, Swamiji, when we introduce, we will tell. So they first of all introduce me and then say, now we request Swamiji to talk to us. We belong to this Vaikuntha Housing Society. So I started, Vaikuntha Vasiyo. Because all of them were old, not out, not outing, is not out, sitting in the office. And then I spoke to them quite a lot, and then I told one conclusion. I said, look here, when we plan to go for a vacation, we are so happily preparing, isn't it? Suppose you have to go to Kulu Manali. So you will book your reservations and the taxis and the hotel and what arrangements you have to take because you are from Bombay. In Bombay, when you see the ice, you start shivering, isn't it? You don't have to have cold. The moment you see the ice, it's very cold. So that is the kind of climate we have lived here. Now there you have to go. So what is to be taken? So many preparations. And as every day start approaching nearer and nearer, we are more and more excited. Anybody ask us any question, we have the reply when we are going. Have you observed this? One day, this happened in my house. Somebody came to meet me, elderly man. I don't have watch. So I have to always look here and there. What is the time? What is the time? So when he came, I wanted to finish my bath, get ready, so that I am on time before Sham comes to pick me up. So that man came. I said, Kaka, what is the time? He said, I just came from Nagpur. He was so preoccupied with that thought that anybody ask him any question, he will understand only that question. Where from you have come? I have never asked that. See? Because so much preoccupied. Similarly, these people who are going for a vacation, you go and talk to them. They say, no, see, we have planned and this thing and that thing. So excited, so happy to go. If this is understood, Vaikuntha Vasiyo, this is a temporary Vaikuntha. You have to go to the real Vaikuntha. So, prepare yourself. Before the world tells us, get out, we should be prepared. That preparation to leave this world happily is leading life scientifically. See? And all this preparation is made through this Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Stapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha Shanti Tyagaha Shantirapaishunam Daya Bhuteshvalo Luptvam Mardavam Hira Chapanam Tejakshama Dhrutishtaucham Adroho Natimanita. In this, I think, I have eaten away one line, which I will tell you. Line marne ki purani aadat. Daya bhuteshu. Bhuteshu daya. Love, compassion, understanding for everyone. Please understand, daya does not mean a word sympathy. No. In Upanishad, one story comes. 3 people approached Brahmaji and said, Sir, give us instruction. Brahmaji has given instruction. Then Brahmaji said, now please tell me what you have understood. I have given you instruction. Like if I ask you all, I have been talking here, what you have understood. Swamiji, your jokes are good. Ram, Ram, Ram. I am not talking jokes, I am talking wisdom. Oh, we never knew that. So Brahmaji asked, hey guys, you have come, I have given instruction. What do you have understood? So those were 3 types of people. Those who were human beings, they understood. The was the Upadesh given. Upadesh is the, T-H-E, the. So the understanding by the human being was Danam. Because it is human beings who have the habit of accumulation. Then those who are the very cruel type of people, they understood the meaning of the Upadesh. The means Daya. Okay? And the third, so Dana, Daya, and what was the third one? Dhamma. I was not getting that word. Dhamma. Dhamma is self-control. Because those who are indulgent, they require self-control. So self-control, compassion, and living the life with purity. All these three things put together only improves our heart. Therefore, Daya Bhuteshu. Let us not have a criminal attitude toward the world. And Lolupatvam. Lolupatvam means covetousness. Lolupatvam. Non-covetousness. How much more we want? We have to draw a line. Thus far, not further. Unless we draw that line, we will never be able to plan our life. This is called as the circle of 99, if you know that. That is why one day one person asked me, Swamiji, people ask any type of questions, and I also fire any type of answer. One person asked this question, Swamiji, when we give money to Mahatmas, why we give 101 or 51 or 1001 or 1101 or 11,101? Why not they give the round figure? I said, when you give the round figure, you have concluded the account. And when you give 1001 means you are still to give 900 more, okay? So continue giving. That is the meaning. Oh, that is good. So what you understood? Hereafter I will never give 1001. So we have to have that very clear understanding. This much is enough now. Otherwise, whole life goes only in that. Thereafter, Alolupatvam Mardavam. Mardavam is Mruduta. Mardavam is softness. Softness is talking softly, dealing with the people softly, not in a harsh manner. That softness of your heart is reflected in your hands. The other day, one boy came to do massage to my feet. They were so swollen and extremely painful. So I called him. So when he was doing massage, a Gujarati boy, very sweet boy, when he was doing, he said, Swamiji, your feet are so soft. I said, see the hands. Oh, hands are so soft. What is the secret? I said, because the heart is soft. We have to live in this world not in a very rough manner. Accept the world as it is. Love the world as it is. So, Mardavam, Rihi. Rihi means Lajja. Not the novel. Ri means to be ashamed of wrong behavior. He is called as Ri. You must have seen, if I become very angry in a public place, railway station, compartment, angry people never talk with anger to the person on whom they are angry. They will show to the world. No. So we should be ashamed of our anger. Instead of that, we exhibit our anger. See? So when we become aware, which are the areas of which we should be ashamed, and which are the areas of which we should be proud. When we are aware of this, that I belong to that tradition, I belong to that family where nobody has ever even touched the eggs. How can I think of getting in the wrong way? Thus, we control ourselves. So, rihi, the lajja, the feeling shy about wrong behavior, and rihi cha apalam, chapalam. Chapalam means unsteady. We are many a time sincere, but we are not steady. Ganga gaye Gangadas, Jamna gaye Jamnadas. Bombay aaye kuch nahi. Devdas. No. We have to be steady in our life. And the steadiness is the secret of spiritual progress. Our day-to-day living, our regular spiritual practice, our meditation, our study of scriptures, our doing the japa, our going for regular walks, taking care of the physical health, taking care of the mental health. All these things demand steadiness in life. Life is not excitement. Life is a celebration with joy. So, these are sampadi bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharata. Hey Arjun, these are the divine attributes which are naturally present in such people who have lived their life scientifically. See? This is what is meant by the scientific art of living. These things will start naturally happening in you. Abhijatasya, right from birth. Please understand, in Bhagavad Mahapuran this is said, that one can know where from we have come in this human form. If we are cranky, angry, frustrated, miserable, seeking attention and making a big issue out of small little things, if this is our nature, we have recently come from hell. Now don't look at your mother-in-law and say, Swamiji, what you told? I understood. Don't do that. And a person who is ever cheerful, happy, undisturbed, overlooks small little things. He has come recently from the heavens. See? So at least to pretend that you are heaven returned, lead your life cheerfully and happily. Therefore, bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharata. Therefore, this all spiritual practice will slowly go on piling up, and our inner climate will become a fit instrument through which the divinity will be able to manifest in its full glory. This point I have been emphasizing again and again. Don't struggle to have the vision of God. Then allow the divinity in you to express and let the world see God in you. See how important it is. There is something like, there is a ballab and it is covered with 4-5 layers. First there is a small cloth, thin cloth, malmal, and then there is Kolhapuri chaddar, then there is a blanket, and then there is a thick plastic, black plastic, and then there is a tarpaulin. And below that, there is a bulb. So will that light ever come out? So there is nothing lacking as regards the light is concerned in the bulb. So what is required is remove one by one. First of all, remove the tarpaulin, then the dark black plastic cover, and then the blanket, and then the solapuri chadar, and then the thin cloth, and the ever-present existing divinity will start manifesting through you. This is what is called as living really scientifically. How simple it is. And this process of discovering, cover is to cover, discover is to remove the cover. The moment you discover, you recover. See? Recovering to your original pristine glory is called as living life scientifically. Now here it doesn't matter whether you are a Vaishnava or a Shaiva, whether you are a Hindu or a not Hindu, whether you are young or old, whether you have come on this line very late. Many people have that note, Swamiji, we have come on this line very late. What will happen? You are too early, you are not late, but for the next line. Bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharata. Now, this is the preparation. Now, the contrary picture. Why the contrary picture is given? So that we are able to appreciate the divine qualities. Suppose on a whiteboard, something is written with a white chalk, it is difficult to perceive. So we take a charcoal. Or on a blackboard, if something is written by a charcoal, difficult to perceive. So we take a white chalk. In the same manner, to appreciate these positive qualities in any seeker of truth, the contrary are given, so we become aware, oh, this is what it means. And therefore, the teacher gives in the next two verses these qualities. Dambo, darpo, bhimanascha, krodha parushyameva ajnanam chabhijatasya partha sampadamasurim Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibandhaya surimata ma shucha sampadam daivim abhijatosi pandava. Hey Arjun, I will give you now the comparative picture. What is that? Dambhaha. Dambhaha means what? Hypocrisy. What is hypocrisy? What we are not, that we try to show off, is called as dambha. We are Arodpati, but try to show that we are Karodpati. Is called as dambha. Now these are ordinary dambha. The real dambha, I tell you, from that point of view, we are all hypocrites. Do you know how? Anyatha santamatmanam anyatha pratipadyate. We are essentially divine, but we show as if we are miserable. This is the highest hypocrisy. And this experiment I had tried on one Amma. He came with frustration. Swamiji, I am so miserable. So I have bombarded. I stop that. Say what I am telling. You never expected that I can shout also, but I can do any activity. And she was so shivering. What happened, Swamiji? He never talks like that. Today something has gone wrong with me or with her somewhere. And then I said, look here, now say what I am telling. And now say, I am happy. But Swamiji said, shut up. You say what I am telling. She started, I am happy. I said, not like this. It should sound like happy. And she started, I am happy. 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 When her tone started changing, I said, stop. I said, Amma, now take me sincerely. Are you really miserable? Hey, hey, hey. No, Swami, not really miserable. Therefore, I am very clear about this principle. Every miserable person is a liar. Nobody is miserable in this world. Nobody. They are hypocrites. And why they are hypocrites? Only to seek attention. What happened? What happened? No, nothing. My spinal cord was removed. Oh, still you are surviving? Then therefore you got, no, there was one donkey which was fixed. Now what happened to the donkey? Your spine was fitted. See? This is called as dambha. Never lead a life with any justification that you are miserable. Refuse. Friends, you have been hearing me for last many years. If one thing you take from me, you have got all the wisdom of all the scriptures, and that is this. I am not giving you Maha Mantra. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Kab tak karte? You may have that problem. How long will I go on chanting? But you can never have this problem. How long will I be happy? All the time. This is possible. Chanting all the time Ram Nam may not be possible. When you look at your daughter-in-law, how can you chant Ram Nam? Why? Because she is chanting. But you can continue to be happy all the time. It is possible. And to continue to be happy, what is to be done? You don't have to do anything. Only one. Refuse to be miserable. When you refuse to be miserable, you are not a hypocrite. So every miserable person is a hypocrite. What I am telling you is from Valmiki Ramayana. There very specifically it is mentioned. He who does not allow his divinity to surface and brings out that which is not the misery is the highest hypocrite. Dambaha, then darpaha. Darpa, in Sanskrit, the mirror is called as darpana. What is that darpa, darpana? The one which brings a sense of something greatness out of nothing. When anybody 78 not out stands before the mirror, the head may be moving, but the mind is steady. How much we start seeing something great in us. Darpa. Whatever the Lord has given us, that is His grace. But we become so much proud. That false pride is the highest negative force in our life. Friends, whatever we have is His gift. If we really mean spiritual practice, just start. The body by which and through which and in which we exist is the God's gift to us. We have not created our body. And we start imagining, I have this beauty, I have this ability, I have this strength. What really belongs to us? The more we become aware of the divine gift, we can never be proud. No arrogance of success will ever touch us. Dambaha, darpaha, abhimanascha. Abhimana is always talking about one's achievements. See? I have done this thing, I have done that thing, I am like that, when I came, nothing was bad, now I am like this thing. Friends, in this world, things happen according to His will. In Kenopanishad, the story comes. When the gods and the asuras were fighting, they won the battle, and the gods started thinking, because I am so powerful, we could win the war. So, there the god Agni, the fire and the air and Indra, their king. They were so arrogant. And there the Lord came and kept in front of them one blade of grass with a dewdrop on that. Tried to burn it, Agni failed. Tried to lift it, air failed. And when Indra went, Bhagwan has closed the door. And then Striyam Umam Haimavatim Ajagama. Then there the Shruti Mata appeared. And through that Shruti Mata, when Indra inquired, she told, Brahmanoha Vijayetom Mahiyadvam. It is the glory of the Lord which is manifesting through you. Don't have the wrong notion that you are successful because you wanted. That Abhimana is the load which makes us miserable in life. Dambho Darpo Vimanascha Krodha. Krodha, I explained you. An angry person can never be a happy person. Anger is better than frustration. Frustration is suppressed anger. Therefore it is better. If you want to get angry, that's why you get married. You don't have to search. Kis par gussa karo. She is there. Stop. Now it is over. This is over. Shall I get you tea? So Krodha is a technique by which we stop the bliss from coming out in our life. So Krodha, anger. Then Parushya. Parushya means in Hindi kadwahat. In English sarcasm. Whenever we are sadist, a sadist is called as Parushya. When we, in Hindi they call say na, Kati, Jali Kati Sunana. All the time, talking a language which will hurt the others. Talking a very wrong expression. So, Parushya and Ajnanam and carrying the load of all the ignorance about everything. Not knowing what the world is, not knowing who himself he is, not knowing what the God is, not knowing how the whole mechanism of our life is being functioning. Nothing is known. And yet one goes on living in this world without any understanding. These are Sampadam Partha Asurim. These are the devil qualities in a person. So when a devil in us starts functioning, this happens. And when the divine in us starts functioning, the earlier things happen. And what is the devil and what is the divine? The relative existence is the function of a devil. The absolute existence is functional as a divine. Whenever we are leading our life only in terms of relativity, only in terms of what do I get, what do I don't get, we are bound to have Dambha, Darpa, Abhimana, Krodha, Parushya, because there is a competition. But when you are leading a divine life, you are not competing with anybody. You are competing with your own prior lifestyle. The other day in US, one person, he came to drop me to the airport driving about 6 hours. I came from somewhere. He came all the way and stayed in a hotel. Next day morning, he came to the airport at 5:30. So I asked him, I said, Mahatma Ji, why are you taking so much of trouble, driving so much time and staying here overnight, and after you drop me, again you will go back? He said, Swamiji, I am selfish. I have not come just to oblige you, but one thing I tell you. What is that? He said, I have changed myself so much. Earlier I know I was such a terrible monster. But now I have understood one principle. What is that? I have to compete in this world with myself. Be very attentive. Relative existence is competition with others. And spiritual practice is competition with your earlier lifestyle. And when you compete with your earlier lifestyle, earlier I used to get up at 10 o'clock. Now I get up at 9:45. Improved. Earlier I used to get 24 hours angry. Now I don't get angry when I sleep. So slowly observe. And this is what is said. These are the two aspects. So when we are competing with the world to achieve, we are going the wrong way. And when we live in this world to celebrate life, we are going the right way. Now out of these two lifestyles, the teacher says, Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibandhaya surimata. Those who are leading the life of relativity as the predominant lifestyle, they are bound to suffer in this world. Those who are ready to go beyond relativity and come to establish in the absolute, they alone can celebrate life and lead happily. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.